right, 9 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Did I ever share with you one of my accomplishments from third grade?
No, what is that?
I won the fire prevention poster contest.
Oh, congratulations. Super duper.
I did. I drew a picture of a building burning, and I somehow won.
Nice.
I'm not so sure. And the whole idea there, I guess, not from the child's point of view of drawing a picture, but of the parents putting it on, or the adults putting it on, I should say. The whole idea was to, put it in your head that fires can be prevented. So let's talk about this a little bit, especially right now. I mean, you got a tree in the house, okay?
Exactly.
A tree in the house. That may not be good. Susan McKelvy is on the phone. She's a fire safety expert and the communications manager at the National Fire Protection Association. Good morning, Susan. It's an honor to have you on the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Where are you calling from?
We are just south of Boston. We're in Quincy, Massachusetts.
And you got snow on the ground, don't you?
A little bit.
So tell me about fire prevention and protection and all that, because I don't think it's any different here in the South, especially in Florida, even though it's hot here. But I'm thinking that a fire could happen in our home where we have no snow as much as up there where you have snow, right?
Yeah, I mean, the risks that are presented during the holiday season are the same, no matter where you are in the country, because, one of the things that we do during the holidays is we decorate our homes. So that obviously, for a lot of people includes Christmas trees at this time of year, like you were talking about, and, we use candles a lot of times. Oftentimes there's lots of greenery around them. Other decorations, electrical lighting. We're also doing a lot of entertaining with cooking. And then even where it's warmer in Florida, you might not use your heating systems as much, but as it does colder, I'm sure you guys turn the heating systems on at some point.
Sure.
All those things contribute to an increased risk of fire during the holiday season.
The one thing, I am old enough to have an adult son, just so you know. and I actually bought him a fire extinguisher one time, but I don't have any clue if it was a good one. I just happened to see it in one of the big box stores. Is that something we should all have? Because I bought one for him, but I don't think I have one. I know I don't.
Well, so there's a few things. So your real lines of defense in a fire are having smoke alarms in your home. So you want one on every level of your home, outside or near all sleeping areas, and in each bedroom. Because smoke alarms alert you to fire in time to escape safely, and they tend to happen at night when people are sleeping. So it's just incredibly important. And then you need a home escape plan so that everyone in your home knows how to use that time wisely, so they can get out as safely and quickly as possible. Fire extinguishers, they can be very effective tools for putting out small containable fires, but you have to know how to use them correctly. You have to know that you have the right type of extinguisher for the type of fire you're trying to fight. There's a lot of things to consider in a really scary situation, probably one you've never had to deal with before. It's a lot to think about, so what we really encourage is people to get out and be safe, because at NFPA our priority is people's safety. You can replace things, you can't replace people. So while extinguishers can be effective, there's just so many things about them. They also have to be maintained. It's just our concern and priority is getting out and calling the fire department if you have a fire.
Wow, what a great answer you just gave.
And I love candles. I just think candles are the greatest things. And I found myself, I'll light the candles and everything, and then I'll sit on the couch and I'll fall asleep. And I know that's not a good idea.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a huge risk, and that's part of what contributes to the problem is people don't blow them out when they leave the room or go to sleep. And so the other thing really for the holidays is, a lot of times, you want to put all these pretty things around your candles, but those pretty things can burn, and that's a real risk. So you've got to keep them clear. At least a rule of thumb is at least a foot away from anything that can burn. You want to keep away from candles. But another great thing, there's so many battery-operated candles out there now, but that's a really nice option. They look and smell like real candles, and that just eliminates the risk. So we really encourage people, if they're willing to try them, it's a great way to go.
Yeah, we have one here at the radio station.
Yeah.
It looks like a s'more that somebody's cooking.
You also talk about cooking.
Yeah, because the truth is candle fires are a real risk during the holiday seasons. More than half of the home decoration fires in December are started by candles.
But then you also address cooking, because I know I I've got hot pads and oven mitts and things like that I like to use to protect my hands when I'm cooking.
Right. Well, sure. You want to make sure that you're not burning yourself. But the real issues around cooking. So cooking is a leading cause of home fires year round. But two of the leading days for home cooking fires are Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, only topped by Thanksgiving, and that's because of unattended cooking. Unattended cooking is a leading cause of home fires, so it makes a lot of sense. During the holidays, you're entertaining. It's easy to get distracted and take your eye off the ball. That's when the real risks come into play. So you really want to make sure you keep a close eye on what you're doing. If you have to leave the room, grab a spoon or an oven mitt with you so you are reminded to get right back in the kitchen, set timers, anything you can to make sure that you don't leave your cooking unattended.
So has the National Fire Protection Association put something together, maybe a list of a checklist to make sure that we are better aware of our own possible mistakes?
Yeah, we have a safety tip sheet on our website. It's nfpa.org. You can go there for all sorts of information. We have videos and all sorts of resources to help you make sure you stay safe during the holidays and beyond.
And when a person is getting everything ready for their guests and everything like that, how about the little ones, the toddlers? How do you protect them if they want to go up to the tree and look at them or touch a candle or a stove?
Yeah, so for our focus on like cooking and heating candles, you really want to make sure that children stay well away from those areas. And you're right, trees are an area too where you have to be careful and keep a close eye on them so that they can't knock the tree over. But really, like if you're cooking in the kitchen, what we recommend is creating like a 3-foot safety zone around the cooking area. Sometimes for really little kids, you can even map out with tape on your floor so that they have a visual sense of where they can go and where they can't. And that's a great way to start educating kids too about, things that are hot and the dangers they present and ways to stay safe from them. And the same goes for candles. You want to make sure they're in locations that kids can't reach them or knock them over.
I just went to your website, nfpa.org, and I have a question. In Orlando, it says December 16th through 20th, there's some kind of a certification or training event. What is that?
So NFPA does a lot of trainings throughout the year, and I wouldn't know what that one is off the top of my head, but we do all sorts of technical trainings for all types of certifications, but really for professionals in the fire safety and fire protection industry.
So this is not for the general public. This is for firefighters.
Firefighters or even facility managers, or it depends on what type of certification is, but not typically for the public.
Okay, but if we have somebody listening who might be interested in going, maybe we have a lot of hotels in our area.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking they might benefit from this. I guess I would just recommend go to the website, right?
Yeah, if someone's inspired, absolutely go check it out.
And what about the Christmas tree lights? Because I know I've got a Christmas village. I got a lot of electrical cords and sockets and things. How do I know I'm keeping safe by plugging them in the right way?
No, that's a great question. So, one of the risks of the holiday season is electrical lighting, and so there's lots of things you can do. So, first of all, you want to make sure that you're using lights according to the manufacturer's instructions, because some lights are for indoor use only, some are for outdoor use only, some are for both. But again, if you have to make sure that you're using the lights the way they were designed to be used. You also always want to look, when you're buying new lights, look to the mark of an independent testing laboratory, because that ensures that those products have been tested to certain safety levels. And then just when you have them in your home, again, following manufacturer's instructions, make sure you're only plugging in a certain number of set of lights as outlined by the manufacturer. LED lighting, you have more flexibility, but a lot of people still have traditional lights in their home. I do. So you really want to make sure you're not using too many strings of light together. Really, it's typically for traditional lights no more than 3. And then unplug them when you leave the room or go to sleep at night or leave your home. As pretty as it looks to have them on, if you're not monitoring the lighting carefully, that can present a risk.
Excellent.
Good advice.
Love
and the website is so much information. Susan McKelvy, thank you so much. The website again is NFPA, as in National Fire Protection Association. Thank you, Susan. Have a great Christmas holiday. Thank you for being on the show with us today.
Thank you. Thanks. Same to you.
All right. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A Levy County Sheriff's Office employee and a former Levy County Sheriff's Office employee are accused of child abuse after they tried to restrain a child for an extended period of time. U.S.